Hello there! In this video, you're going to learn how to log booked hours and create timesheets using the OneCRM customer relationship and business management system. The easiest way to log booked hours within OneCRM is to enter Timesheets mode within the Calendar module and then choose the Day or Week tab. Say you worked from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. today. To book those hours, you can simply click your trackpad or mouse at 10 a.m., keep it down, drag through to 1 p.m., and let go. Now a pop-up will appear to book those hours. With the start time, date, and number of hours already set, you can choose a booking category. The booking category determines how these hours will be treated, as billable customer hours or as non-billable services, provided as part of support included with the sale of a product perhaps. It also controls the rate at which the client is invoiced, and overall is a critical part of the business, tracking how employees' time is spent. Next, you can enter a summary line of the work you did during those hours. Then, you can choose the activity you're booking your time to using the Related To lookup field. Listed on the screen displayed will be a mix of all the project tasks and service cases to which you may book. This will set the account field as well. If you're ready to submit these hours, you can also set the status to Submitted or another status depending on your role capabilities. Booked hours approval requirements are managed in the Admin Company Information page. If you're an admin, you can visit here and scroll down to the Order Management settings. You'll see checkboxes for booked hours, approval on cases, and projects. If they're not checked, then approval isn't required. Once you've completed this form, you can just press Save to record those booked hours. Hours are usually booked within the Timesheets mode of the calendar by clicking on the button at the top of the case or project detail view, or you can just scan up to the Project Management tab group and click on this plus sign. Things to watch out for when using the booked hours features are: you can only book hours to project tasks for which you are an assigned resource, for which the project status is active, the project task status is in progress, and your status as a resource on that project task is active. You can also only book hours to cases which you are assigned to and whose status is active new, active assigned, or pending. No costs will accrue for the hours booked unless you've set a standard cost for the user in the HR module, or a task-specific cost for the user's role on that project task or case. Make sure to set the billing rate or the booking category, and to use a booking category that is classified as billable, or you will not be able to invoice for that work. A very handy feature of booked hours is that once they're approved, you can bill for the time spent on a case or project by simply going to the Invoices subpanel on a case or project and clicking on the Create button. A new invoice will be created for the account, and any billable hours that have not been previously invoiced will be added to the invoice automatically. You will be left in Edit mode on the invoice with the ability to add or remove line items or other details as desired. Then, just save the invoice to bill for the time spent on that case or project. Once you've accumulated some booked hours, you might wish to create a timesheet in order to get paid, or just as a matter of company policy. Timesheets may be filed on a weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly basis within OneCRM as selected in the Admin Company Information screen. I'll set ours to monthly. Each timesheet is specific to a single user and has a start date, end date, and may have any number of lines of booked hours on it. It's important to understand that booked hours may be created for a time period for which there is no timesheet yet, but a timesheet cannot be created for booked hours that have not yet been logged. Simply put, timesheets serve as a wrapper around a set of booked hours and may be created quite late in the process if desired, in order to be submitted for approval. Creating a timesheet is very easy. If we head back to Timesheets mode in the calendar, we can see the booked hours that we'd like to create a timesheet for. Since we set the system settings to create timesheets on a monthly basis, I'll click on the Month tab and then select Create Timesheet. Here, you can see that the name, status, start date, end date, and the total number of hours are automatically generated. If there's any notes you'd like to include, they can be added here. In this subpanel, you'll see a breakdown of the booked hours included in this timesheet. Each entry includes the start time for the work performed, duration, a summary of the work, what it's related to, and the status of the entry. You can optionally click on this minus sign to demote the timesheet booked hours to the Other Booked Hours panel if you're not sure if you'd like to include them yet, or you can click on this plus sign to bring them back up. Once complete, you can either save this timesheet for now and wait for the end of the timesheet period, or submit it now for approval. Once the timesheet is submitted by a user, each line or booked hours entry may be approved or rejected. Once all lines of the timesheet are approved, the timesheet as a whole becomes approved. Lastly, the Print Timesheet PDF option of the Print button on the Timesheet Detail view generates a timesheet PDF. In some businesses, these can be a useful part of the timesheet approval workflow and can also be useful when justifying client invoices. You've now learned how to log booked hours, create a timesheet, and generate a timesheet PDF. Your task now is to log into your own OneCRM and create a sample timesheet. Thanks for using OneCRM.